Top 10 places to visit in Germany.
Number 1. Berlin. If you're only ever able to make a single trip to Germany, you'll want to spend at least a few days in Berlin. The country's capital is undoubtedly one of the most dynamic and vibrant cities in Europe, as popular for its superb dining experiences as it is for its shopping and entertainment. Berlin is also considered one of Europe's top cultural destinations, home to numerous excellent art galleries and museums just waiting to be explored. Some of the best of which are located on Museum Island, a must-see destination that alone can take days to explore. And after these attractions have closed, fun things to do at night include enjoying concerts by the renowned Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra, perhaps taking in a performance by Berlin Opera, or simply wandering the always interesting avenues and boulevards in the Mitte district, where you'll find famous landmarks such as the Brandenburg Gate. Other areas you'll want to explore include Charlottenburg. Generally a little quieter than the busy Mitte area, it's home to many pleasant parks and gardens including the Zoological Garden. Number 2. Munich. The capital of the state of Bavaria and one of Germany's largest cities, Munich owes much of its popularity as a tourism destination to its location on the outer edge of the beautiful Bavarian Alps. Although not one of Germany's oldest cities, its roots can be traced back to a settlement of monks predating its official founding in 1158. Munich has played a major role in shaping the country's cultural and political makeup. The city's rapid growth saw it develop into an important center for arts and trade, as well as a religious center. These days, in fact, no visitor can fail to notice the city's many surviving churches, including Peterskirche, the old inner-city church built during the 1300s, the iconic cathedral, the Frauenkirche, also the city's most recognized building, and the large Renaissance-era Michaelskirche. Number 3. Medieval Rothenburg. If there's a single travel destination in Germany that encapsulates all that's wonderful about this amazing country, it's the old town of Rothenburg ob der Tauber. Located in the heart of beautiful Bavaria and an easy drive from some major cities such as Frankfurt, Rothenburg, as it's most often called, boasts superb photo opportunities everywhere you look. Located high above the river Tauber, Rothenburg escaped the ravages of war that devastated so many other old medieval towns and cities, and as such has retained the majority of its many authentic medieval buildings in their original form. As a result, stunning old structures such as the 13th century town hall or Rathaus remain much as they would have been over the centuries. Equally well-preserved structures include the magnificent Imperial City Museum, set in an old convent, and the historic castle gardens, which remain pretty much unchanged since being established in the 17th century. Number 4. Cologne. Cologne is another of those wonderful old German cities that has managed to preserve its past for modern generations to enjoy. Originally settled by the Romans, Cologne was for centuries an important religious center and a place of pilgrimage. These days, the best places for visitors to go in Cologne are located in and around the Old Town, home to 12 classic old churches, including the famous Cologne Cathedral. Expect to spend hours exploring this magnificent structure and the surrounding former merchant homes, many of them now bustling with modern trade, including art galleries, boutique shops, and cafes. Cologne's reputation as a center of trade and commerce has never diminished, with visitors drawn to its shopping areas and traditional marketplaces to purchase locally produced goods. From fashion and fragrances to foodstuffs, you haven't lived until you sample some original Cologne-made chocolate, available in many locations around the Old Town. Other fun things to do in Cologne include exploring its ancient Roman remains, magnificent Baroque palaces, and countless museums and art galleries. The city is also a popular stop in Germany for its location on the Rhine River, which slices through the city. The riverfront is not only a wonderful area to explore on foot, but also serves as a major embarkation point for Rhine River cruises that can last anywhere from a few hours to a few days. Number 5. Koblenz and the Rhine Valley. If you do partake in one of the increasingly popular week-long river cruises down the Rhine, you will at some point find yourself docked in the beautiful city of Koblenz. However you arrive, though, be sure to make your first stop the magnificent Deutsches Eck or German Corner. It's here you'll witness one of the most incredible natural phenomena in the country, the meeting of the Rhine and Mosel rivers, overlooked by the huge memorial to German unity, an impressive equestrian statue of King Wilhelm I. Watching these two mighty rivers meet is a sight to behold. If you time it right, you can even enjoy a summer evening classical music concert at the same time. Great views of the German corner and the two rivers can also be enjoyed by taking the Koblenz cable car up to spectacular Ehrenbreitstein Fortress. Number 6. Baden-Baden and the Black Forest. The delightful town of Baden-Baden is well known as Germany's spa capital. Thanks to its mild climate and hot springs, this charming town in the heart of the popular Black Forest tourist region has for centuries been the go-to destination for the rich and royalty-seeking authentic and therapeutic spa town experiences. Nowadays, a visit to what is still regarded as one of the must-visit places to go in Germany is thankfully attainable for all, and every effort should be made by travelers to the country to spend at least a day exploring Baden-Baden. And, of course, no trip to beautiful Baden-Baden should be undertaken without taking a plunge or paddle in one of its wonderful spas. A tradition that dates all the way back to Roman times, you'll first want to visit the town's famous spa garden, the Kurgarten. Long the center of Baden-Baden's cultural scene, it's here visitors flock to explore the town's exquisite boutique shops and art galleries, as well as enjoying its many great restaurants and cafes. Number 7. Nuremberg. The attractive medieval Old Town area of Nuremberg, today stands testament not just to the rich cultural traditions that have shaped Germany, but also to the country's modern ingenuity. After near total devastation during World War II, the vast majority of the city's famous medieval architecture, previously untouched for centuries, required rebuilding. And rather than bulldoze and erect less appealing modern structures, the decision was made to rebuild the city's old center exactly as it had been before the war. The results are simply stunning. So much so, in fact, that all but an expert would be hard-pressed to tell that much of what you now see in the Altstadt was, only decades ago, mostly rubble. History and culture buffs alike will find much to enjoy about modern-day Nuremberg. A highlight of any visit is taking the time to walk around the city's 5 kilometers of walls. Built to protect the old city in the 1300s, the walls can best be enjoyed on the west side of town and are easily accessible by a network of trails that are great fun to explore, especially if you take time to venture up the old towers that overlook the surroundings. Once you've got your bearings, head to Nuremberg Castle, a massive old fortification that dates back to the 11th century, and which includes a variety of individual medieval structures to explore, many of them housing museum displays and related artifacts. And if shopping, dining, and entertainment are important, you won't be disappointed as Nuremberg offers everything from fine boutique shops and Michelin-starred restaurants to classical music concerts and opera. Number 8. Frankfurt. Frankfurt has long been one of Germany's most important cities. For centuries an independent city-state, the many old buildings and world-class attractions and fun things to do here make this historic former imperial city a great place to spend a weekend break, or even longer if you're looking for a base from which to explore the surrounding countryside. The city is situated on the River Main, and evidence of its past as an important trading center are easy to spot, especially in the impressive Old Town, Altstadt, area. Highlights include wandering the delightful Romerberg, a well-preserved pedestrian-friendly city square known for its fountain, medieval townhomes, attractive boutique shops and galleries, and excellent cafes and restaurants with al fresco dining options. The square is also home to historic buildings, including the Old Town Hall, Altes Rathaus, and a number of fine old churches. Frankfurt is not without its modern marvels. As one of Germany's leading business centers, its financial district boasts enough skyscrapers to have earned the city the nickname Manhattan, while ultra-modern convention centers have led to it being the home of huge international trade shows, including the Frankfurt Book Fair. Add to this the many excellent museums in the Museumshofer district, home to the superb Museum of World Cultures and the Museum of Ancient Sculpture, along with the many top easy day trip options available, and you'll be hard-pressed to find a better place to visit in Germany. Number 9. Hamburg, the gateway to Germany. Those wishing to experience the wonderful hospitality of Germany's northernmost populace would do well to consider visiting the city of Hamburg. The country's second largest city is set on the estuary of the River Elbe, a short distance from the North Sea, a location that has ensured its importance as the country's most important port. From here, shipping routes not only cross the globe but connect to important inland waterways, too. Visit any day of the week, day or night, and you'll witness an endless stream of vessels of all sizes coming and going, including an increasing number of cruise ships dropping sightseers off to explore this modern, dynamic city. Like these visitors, you'll want to first explore the huge port of Hamburg, an area encompassing 100 square kilometers that is popular for its preserved old warehouse district. These former storage buildings now house everything from concert halls and entertainment venues to shops and restaurants, as well as art galleries and museums, including the excellent International Maritime Museum and the nearby historic sailing vessels. Be sure to also hop aboard a harbor tour, which offers incredible views of the port from the water. Wandering the city center is another must-do, especially if you head here along the Dijkstrasse, with its distinct architecture and old townhomes. Here, you'll see the lovely old canals that lead to and from the harbor area, crisscrossed by a network of lovely bridges. If you're lucky enough to be able to spend more than a few hours, be sure to take in the city's top family attraction, and the world's largest train set, the incredible International Maritime Museum. Number 10. Dresden. Thanks to its location just a few miles away from Germany's border with the Czech Republic, the historic city of Dresden makes a great base from which to explore not just the eastern part of the country, but also Eastern Europe, too. Situated in a low-lying area of the Upper Elbe Valley, the city was first populated for its fertile lands, beautiful setting, moderate climate, and its access to important European trade routes. After centuries of growth under the old Saxon kings, the vast majority of Dresden's magnificent city center, once known as Germany's jewel box for its fine Rococo and Baroque architecture, was destroyed during bombing in World War II, but in the past few decades has been rebuilt and now once again stands as one of the country's leading cultural and entertainment hubs. Nowhere is this remarkable story of rebirth more evident than in Dresden's famous cathedral, the Frauenkirche. Built in 1743, the spectacular building, at the time considered the most beautiful Baroque church in Europe, was utterly destroyed in 1945. However, dedicated city dwellers carefully catalogued and stored every part of the ruined cathedral and finally saw it return to its former glory in 2005. It's a breathtaking marvel of ingenuity and persistence, and in addition to the many other restored attractions found here, including the new Markt, the city's main square, along with its many museums and art galleries, makes Dresden a must-visit city in Germany.